Good afternoon, everyone. We're here from Vineland High School's Zatomo Field on this beautiful Friday afternoon to watch the Fighting Clan take on the Millville Thunderbolts. My name's Gia Missouri, and I will be your announcer for today. We have our first Millville batter coming into the box. Millville's coming in at 7-2 today. First pitch is a strike. Our starting pitcher for today is Jose Rodriguez, number 11 for Vineland. Vineland is coming into this game with a 10-2 record. Second pitch is also a strike. And that's a strikeout. One strikeout so far for Jose Rodriguez. We have a great crowd out here again today. Millville-Vineland rivalry always seems to bring everyone out, so it's really nice to see the stands packed. As we have our second batter for Millville stepping into the box. That's a ball, kind of outside. Second pitch is fouled off. Pitch number 3 coming in now, and we have another swing and a miss, so we are at 2 strikes, 1 ball. Fourth pitch fouled. Looks like behind the dugout. So our count is still 1-2. That ball's outside. Our count is even now at 2-2. Another ball, so we have a full count now. 1 out, top of the first. It's like the umpire's calling for some new balls. Will be a second. All right, and the batter draws a walk. So we have a man on first, 1 out, top of the first. Next Millville batter coming to the plate. Our first pitch from Rodriguez. As he watches the runner on first. Foul ball down the right field, down the third base line. Next pitch is also hit. Looks like we got the out the second. Next Next Millville batter coming in. All right, and we have a hit up the middle. Looks like second baseman's got it, and we have an out at first. So Millville does not score any runs at the top of the first, and Vineland is coming to bat.
Now batting number 29, Irvin Bogan.
So our first batter up for Vineland is Irv Bogan, number 29. He's a sophomore. Pitcher calls timeout. Wait a minute while there's a conference on the mound. Kind of interesting after not even a first pitch. Bogan steps back up. First pitch to him looks low, inside. We have a ball. So 1 ball, no strikes. Second pitch, right down the middle, we had a strike. So 1-1. Umpire calls time again. And the third pitch to Bogan is another strike. So we are at 1 ball, 2 strikes, no outs. Bottom of the first inning. Little outside, so we have an even count again, 2-2 for Irv Bogan. Fouled off. Count stays the same. We have a hit. Let's see. And it looks like he was thrown out at first.
Now batting number 11, Jojo Rodriguez.
First pitch is ball. And I believe Bogan was safe at first. It's a little hard for me to see from over here. So we do have a runner on first, no outs. Second Vineland batter up. Another ball. 2 balls, 0 strikes. Going for a bunt. Looks like it was a good bunt. And we are safe all around.
Now batting number 7, Cordell Harrell.
So we have Bogan on second base. We have runner out at first. So 1 out. Third batter up. Have a bit of a wide shot here, so it's a little difficult for me to see what the umpire's calling. So we'll just have to see what our runners do in the meantime. Again, we have Bogan on second base. 1 out, bottom of the first inning. No runs scored for either side. All right, and it looks like Millville was able to turn the double play. Sides are changing. Millville's coming right up to bat.
Now batting number 20, Vinny Felice.
Here we are, top of the second inning. We have our first Millville batter up to bat. We'll stay on this shot for a little bit. See this nice angle from center field. It's a beautiful day outside. It's nice to see the sky bright, cloudless, nice temperature. It's beautiful for the end of April. Again, we have no score at the top of the second, no outs. Ooh, that one looks like it came in a little close, and the Millville batter has drawn a walk. So we have one person on first, no outs. Second batter of the inning stepping up. Contact made on the first pitch, and it looks like we have the runner safe on second. Batter bunted him over successfully, so he'll get a sacrifice. And we have 1 out now, top of the second, runner on second. Runner on second taking a nice lead, but got back in time. Our Millville batter is still up. Again, it's top of the second. We have one out, one runner on base. Score is 0-0. Our Millville batter is really battling this at-bat. Our starting pitcher, Jose Rodriguez, so far has one strikeout for the day. No runs. Runner makes it back to second. Looks like we have another out. So we are at 2 outs, top of the second. One Millville runner on base. Next Millville batter coming into the box.
Now batting number 16, Cameron Campbell.
It's always great playing these neighboring teams like Millville because there's so many fans here. It's great to have this whole ambiance to the field, to the stadium. So much more lively. Not to take anything away from traveling teams, but the more people, the better. Our runner on second takes a lead as Rodriguez prepares to pitch, makes it back in time. Rodriguez is throwing a lot of pitches this inning. Millville's taking their time up to bat. Again, we're top of the second, 2 outs. One runner on second. Score is 0-0. There's some contact, runners off second. It looks like we have an out, so we head into the bottom of the second inning. Vineland coming up to bat. Right, first pitch to Vineland. It's a foul ball. We're at 0-1. Next pitch is a ball. Even count now, 1-1. Another ball looked outside, high. Count is 2 balls, 1 strike. We are at the bottom of the second inning with no score, no outs. We have contact. Let's see. And he's thrown out at first. So we have 1 out, bottom of the second. Next Vineland batter stepping up.
Isaiah Pacheco.
Coming up next is a name a lot of Vineland football fans are familiar with, number 30, Isaiah Pacheco, who is having a great year so far, and he's only a junior. First pitch to Pacheco is called a strike. Oh, he makes contact, but it's fouled off the back. So right now we are at 0-2, 1 out, bottom of the second. Next pitch to Pacheco. High. So we're at 1 ball, 2 strikes. Next pitch is way outside. We're even count again, 2-2. Pacheco makes contact again, but it's fouled off. Our count stays the same. Again, we have 1 out, no runners on base, at bottom of the second inning. Oh, Pacheco swung at that one. It's a little outside, and he's called out at first. So we now have 2 outs, bottom of the second. Next Vineland batter coming up.
Now batting number 15, Lou Pinotti.
That's number 15, Lou Pinotti, senior this year. First pitch. It's a ball outside, 1-0. Next pitch right down the middle, called a strike. We have an even count, 1-1, 2 outs, bottom of the second inning. That one's in the dirt. Even count again, 2-2. Or I'm sorry, it looks like the umpire said 1-3. But that can't be right because then he would be out. So yeah, it's 2-2. Go with my first thought. All right, next pitch is the third strike. We are out of the inning, coming up to the top of the third, and Millville coming up to bat.
Now batting number 2, Bobby R.
First batter of the inning for Millville steps up, gets ready, makes contact on the first pitch, but it's fouled off. Jose Rodriguez out again to start this inning. He's doing well so far. We have no score, top of the third, no outs. Second pitch is also called a strike, so we already have a nice 0-2 count to begin with. Oh, that one almost hit him, so that's definitely a ball. Counts 1-2, no outs, top of the third. A little high and outside, so we are at an even count right now, 2-2, no outs. No one on base. And no score. And our batter makes contact. Let's see. All right, we got an out. So now there is one out, the top of the third. No one on base and no score.
Now batting number 3, Hunter Sibley.
Rodriguez's first pitch. It's nice. Strike. He's doing really well so far this game, though. Millville has certainly been fighting back. Next pitch, he makes contact. That looks like it'll be a single. So we have one out, one man on first. Top of the third inning. Next Millville batter's coming up.
Now batting number 7, Buddy Kennedy.
Rodriguez throws to first. Just a little warning. That one's in the dirt, a little low, so we have one ball, no strikes. That one looks like it was right on the corner. Umpire calls it a strike, so we are at even count, 1-1. One out, one man on base, and no score. Top of the third inning. I think he called that one a ball. It looked low to me. Yeah, 1-2, I think. Batter makes contact again. Looks like it is caught, possibly. Nope, he's safe. So now we have runners on first and second. One out, top of the third inning. Millville's still up to bat.
Now batting number 1, Ryan McIsaac.
Next Millville batter steps up to the plate. Rodriguez prepares his next pitch. And we have contact again. Let's see.
Now batting number 10, Nick Garati.
All right, so we have one run has scored for Millville. Score is now 1-0, top of the third inning. Next Millville batter coming up. Rodriguez still pitching. It's ball outside. Another ball. Umpire's going to switch baseballs for a second there. This is the first time that Vineland and Millville have faced each other so far this year. They'll be playing at Millville later in May 23rd at 4 o'clock, if anyone's interested in coming out to Millville. Next pitch is also a ball, so it looks like we are at 3-0 right now. 1 run has scored. Pitch was a strike, 3-1. Vineland also has a busy schedule next week. They play ACIT on the 1st of May, Cinnaminson on May 3rd, and then back-to-back games against the Prep. Our Millville batter makes some contact, and we have a throwout at home. Nice job. Run does not score. As I was saying, Vineland plays the Prep on May 4th at 4 o'clock at St. Augustine. And then they play the Prep again at home on May 5th, and that's a night game, 7 o'clock, right here in Vineland. Ball high and outside. Swing and a miss. We have an even count now, 1-1. Top of the 3rd, Millville has scored this half inning. They lead Vineland 1-0. Swings. We have another strike. All right, Rodriguez's next pitch is a strike. That is his 3rd strike, 3rd out. We go into the bottom of the 3rd inning with Millville leading 1-0. Now
batting number 23, Lewis.
Here we are, bottom of the 3rd. Vineland's coming up to bat. Our first batter is Anthony Lewis, senior. First pitch to Lewis is a ball, 1-0. Oh, next ball is really high. 2-0, no outs. Count is 2-1 now, no outs. Makes contact on that pitch. Ball went a little bit past our first baseman over there for Millville.
Now batting number 6, Dominic McLaughlin.
Next Vineland batter up. Makes contact, but it goes foul. Count is 0-1. As our Millville catcher takes a minute to come out and talk to his pitcher briefly. Oh, next pitch almost got him in the head. That was pretty high. It's a ball. That pitch is also high. Count is 2-1. Again, we are at the bottom of the third. Millville is leading 1-0. We have contact here from Vineland. He's able to move the runner over. So we now have runners on, we have a runner on second base, 1 out. Coming up now for Vineland, Jonathan Perez, senior. First pitch to Perez. It's a little in the dirt. It's a ball. So we take another second to have a little conference on the mound. Again, it's bottom of the third. Vineland has 1 out, a runner on second base, and Millville is leading 1-0. Perez steps back in, and his next pitch is also low. So we're now at 2 balls, no strikes. Third pitch is also a ball. We have 3 balls, no strikes, 1 out, 1 man on base. Vineland could really use a run right now. Next pitch is high, so he walks Perez. We now have runners on first and second base. Bottom of the third. We're back to the top of the lineup now. Number 29's back up, Irv Bogan. First pitch is in the dirt. It's a ball. Next pitch to Bogan. It's a strike. We have an even count, 1-1. 2 men on base. Be nice to get at least one of them home right now. Way outside. Runners are going to move up, so now we have runners on second and third. Bottom of the third, 1 out so far. Vineland is trailing Millville 1-0. Bogan fouls off that pitch. Another foul. It's a little inside. We are at a full count. 1 out, 2 men on base. Bottom of the third inning. Another foul. That one went way over past third base. Still a full count for Bogan. And he walks him. Now we have bases loaded, 1 out. And take another minute to talk to the pitcher. It looks like our pitcher from Millville might be coming out. So while Millville does this, I'd like to thank our production crew for today. We have Doug Diola, crew chief. Our crew is Mark McGill, Kayla Spire, and Tyler Russell. Executive producer of VPS Broadcasting is me, Gia Missouri.
Now batting number 11, Jojo Rodriguez.
We have our pitcher coming up to bat once we get ready again. Still a little wait while we change pitchers on Millville's side. Bottom of the third inning, Vineland has bases loaded with 1 out. Scores Millville 1, Vineland 0. We didn't make a pitching change. It must have just been a conference because our Millville pitcher is still out there. I'm so used to major league conferences on the mound where it's only 5 seconds. Wasn't expecting one that long. Pitcher steps up to the plate now, Rodriguez. And first pitch to him is, oh, he makes contact, but it's a foul. Count is 0-1 so far, 1 out. Bases loaded for him. Makes contact on that one. And he's going to get thrown out at first, but not before, I believe, a run scores. First pitch is outside, ball, counts 1-0. Vineland has runners on second and third right now, 2 outs. Tie game, 1-1. We have a, Nice catch by the second baseman. That'll end the inning, but Vineland does manage to tie it up, so we go into the top of the fourth. Millville coming up to bat. Score is 1-1.
Now batting number 5, Chris Chart.
Looks like Rodriguez will come out and start the fourth as our first Millville batter steps up to the plate. First pitch, nice hit, flies right over the shortstop's head, lands in left center. We have a hit for Millville, one man on base.
Now batting number 8, Michael Airy.
Ooh, and that ball hit him. So, in just a few pitches, we now have 2 Millville players on base. First and second, no outs, top of the fourth inning.
Now batting number 16, Cameron Campbell.
Our third Millville batter of the inning steps up. First pitch by Rodriguez to him. Makes contact, that falls into right center, and we have 3 runners now on base for Millville. Bases loaded. We're in the top of the fourth inning, no outs. Score is tied 1-1.
Now batting number 2, Bobby R.
Rodriguez throws, and first pitch, contact again, almost in the, that's a little farther out, at least that one was caught, but a run will score. Millville takes the lead. Looks like Vineland's gonna have a quick chat on the mound.
Now batting number 3, Hunter Sibley.
Next Millville batter steps up to the plate. The pitch by Rodriguez is outside for a ball, 1-0. We have 1 out here in the top of the fourth inning. 2 men on base. Millville now leads 2-1. Also a ball, count is now 2-0. That one's in for a strike. Our count is now 2-1, 1 out. And that's a hit to left field. We have another run that scores. Millville now leads 3-1 in the top of the fourth. conference on the mound. One of our Vineland coaches coming out. Not sure if they're going to take Rodriguez out. Maybe just to check and see how he's feeling. Looks like they're going to keep Rodriguez in. Hopefully finish out the inning.
Now batting number 7, Buddy Kennedy.
That pitch got away from the catcher, but no one moves. Counts 1-0. Next pitch, also outside, 2-0. Millville batter makes contact, but no success. He's thrown out. We still have runners on base. 2 outs now. Not sure what all the commotion is about. So again, we are in the top of the 4th inning. Millville leads Vineland 3-1.
Now batting number 1, Ryan McIsaac.
Makes contact on the first hit, but looks like it's pretty high and caught. So change sides now, going to the bottom of the 4th. Vineland coming up to bat. They're trailing Millville 3-1.
Now batting number 4, Sean Vasquez.
Here we are at the bottom of the 4th inning. First up for Vineland is number 4, Sean Vasquez, senior. First pitch to him, it's a little low, but looks like he went around, so it's called a strike. Counts 0-1. That one's high and outside, even count. 1-1, no outs. Vasquez makes contact on that. Might be a little high. We have 1 out.
Now batting number 30, Isaiah Pacheco.
Pacheco fouls off the first pitch. 0-1 count. Makes contact on the next one, but he is thrown out at first. Next up for Vineland is number 15, Lupinati. It's 2 quick outs for Vineland, who are trailing Millville 3-1 right now in the bottom of the 4th inning. Pinati makes contact, and it looks like that is going to fall into right field for a base hit.
Now batting, number 23.
Anthony Lewis up to bat again, number 23. See if we can get a rally started here in the bottom of the 4th. He swings, makes contact, pretty close to the mound, gets thrown out at first. And that's 3 outs. Vineland goes down with 1 run. They still trail Millville 3-1. Top of the 5th, we have a new pitcher for Vineland, number 14, Joe Acosta. He's a junior. First pitch is a strike. Batter makes contact on the second pitch, but it's easily caught for 1 out. We're at the top of the 5th inning, 1 out now. Millville up to bat. Millville leads Vineland 3-1. We have a new pitcher in, Joe Acosta. Rodriguez, our former pitcher, ends the day with 4 innings pitched, 2 strikeouts, 3 earned runs. Next Millville batter steps up to the plate, and the first pitch to him is fouled off. Counts 0-1. Our crowd doesn't seem to have thinned any either as we get later into the game, as our second pitch is a ball. Counts even now, 1-1. 1 out at the top of the 5th. Makes contact on that, just out of reach of Acosta, but he's still able to be thrown out at first for the second out. 2 outs now at the top of the 5th.
Now batting, number 5, Chris Chard.
First pitch to our 3rd Millville batter of the inning. Curves around and comes back in. Called a strike, counts 0-1. That was a nice pitch. Makes contact on the second one, but it's not hit very hard, even though it goes through our second baseman's legs. And we now have a Millville runner on first with 2 outs. Looks like it hopped a little weird when it got to him.
Now batting, number 8, Michael Erie.
So here we have Acosta pitching with 2 outs, top of the 5th, and first pitch to this batter is a strike. We have 1 man on first base. Ooh, that one hit him on the back. So now Millville has 2 men on base, 2 outs, top of the 5th inning. They lead Vineland 3-1. Take a second, everyone, to talk to each other, get settled down a little as our next Millville batter comes up.
Now batting number 16, Cameron Campbell.
Makes contact on that pitch, but he's thrown out easily at second. Inning's over. Millville still leads 3-1. We go to the bottom of the 5th. All right, bottom of the 5th. Our first batter for Vineland is Dominic McLaughlin, who is a junior. First pitch looked a little inside from my angle, but called a strike by the umpire. Counts 0-1. Swings at the second pitch. 2 strikes now, no outs. Next pitch is a little low, called a ball, counts 1-2. That one's high. We have an even count now, 2-2. No outs, bottom of the 5th inning. Fouls off the next pitch. Our count stays the same. Again, Millville is leading Vineland 3-1, bottom of the 5th inning. Be nice for Vineland to get a rally going, score a couple runs on this beautiful afternoon. Next pitch is outside, so we have a full count now for McLaughlin. That pitch is outside, and McLaughlin walks. So now we have a runner on first, no outs. Bottom of the 5th. And coming up to bat now, number 14, our pitcher, Joe Acosta. His first time at bat. And he looks to bunt. Looks good. And he's able to move McLaughlin over to second. Or no, I think the umpire called it foul. Okay, so McLaughlin goes back to first. It was called foul. Costa is back up to swing again. Looks like we have a rundown, and McLaughlin is caught. I think he had a little too far of a lead off of first base and caught between. So we now have another out in the inning. Costa still up to bat. Swings at the next pitch, another strike. That one's outside for a ball. Again, we're at the bottom of the fifth. Millville leads Vineland 3-1. Another ball outside. Makes contact on that one, but it's popped up and looks like it will be caught easily in right field. So we now have 2 outs. And number 29's up again, Irv Bogan.
Now batting number 29, Irvin Bogan.
First pitch to Bogan is fouled off. Next pitch, good contact out into center field, but it's caught by the center fielder to end the inning. We now go to the top of the 6th inning with Millville leading 3-1.
Now batting number 2, Bobby R.
Joe Acosta remains in to pitch at the top of the 6th inning as our first Millville batter steps up to the plate. First pitch to him is a little high. Ball, 1 ball, no strikes. Next pitch is fouled off, even count, 1-1. No outs. Again, we're at the top of the 6th inning, and Millville's leading 3-1. Next pitch from Acosta. It's fouled off again, counts 1-2. Taking a little break here for a second as pitcher sorts something out. A little conversation with the umpire. That pitch is outside. No outs here at the top of the 6th. Millville leading 3-1. Contact on that one, but we have a easy throw out at first base for our first out as our next Millville batter comes up to the plate. One out here at the top of the 6th. Costa's first pitch comes in a little bit high and inside for a ball, counts 1-0. Batter makes contact on that pitch, but he fouls it off. Back behind home plate. Even count, 1-1, 1 out, no men on base. Millville leading 3-1 in the top of the 6th. Pitch comes in for a strike. Little outside, that one's a ball. Strikeout, first strikeout for Acosta this game. We now have 2 outs in the inning.
Now batting number 7, Buddy Kennedy.
That pitch by Acosta was a little bit outside there. Good stop before it got away. 1 ball, no strikes. Next pitch is much better. Right down the middle, even count now, 1-1, 2 outs. Top of the 6th. We have swing and a miss, counts now 1-2. Contact, and that ball is going to fall into right center. The batter gets a double. So we have 2 outs, 1 man on base. Top of the 6th inning, Millville leading 3-1 as our next batter steps up to the plate. Just a reminder that our game will be shown on Comcast Channel 9, Verizon Fios Channel 41, and available on our YouTube channel, VLD Schools TV for VPS broadcasting, as our 3rd out is made and we go to the bottom of the 6th inning.
Now batting number 11, Jojo Rodriguez.
All right, bottom of the 6th inning. Vineland still trailing 3-1. First batter up. Pitch is a little low and inside for a ball. That one is high and outside for another ball. It's a really interesting bat. Nice and bright as our clouds start setting in and lights come on over the field. It looks like we have a walk, so we now have a runner on first base at the bottom of the 6th. No outs, and our next batter coming up to the plate.
Now batting number 7, Cordell Harold.
Our next batter being number 7, Cordell Harold. First pitch to Harold, he makes contact, but we get the leadoff runner at second. For 1 out, Harold's safe at first. We have 1 runner on, 1 out. Our next Vineland batter coming up to the plate.
Now batting number 4, Sean Vasquez.
Batting now is Sean Vasquez, and the first pitch to him is called a strike. It was on the outside corner. Next pitch, outside, even count now, 1-1. We have 1 man on base, 1 out. Bottom of the 6th inning, and Vineland still trails Millville 3-1. Vasquez makes contact, and it falls into right center field, misplayed a little bit. And Vineland will score another run. Scores now 3-2, Vineland. We have 1 out, 1 man on second base. Nice hit by Vasquez. And some fast running by Harold.
Now batting number 30, Isaiah Pacheco.
Isaiah Pacheco's coming up now. Let's see if we can keep this rally going. Called timeout for a second. Looks like we might be switching runners. Vasquez heads back into the dugout, and we have a new runner on second base. Who appears to be Jeremiah Torres. Pacheco steps back up to the plate, and the first pitch to him, as our Millville pitcher keeps an eye on second. Not sure if that was outside or what, but it's called a ball, so we'll take it. That one was definitely outside, so we have another ball for Pacheco. Pacheco makes contact on that one, and that ball is going to fall deep into center field, all the way back to the warning track. Pacheco is making his way around second and slides into third with a triple. Another run scores for Vineland, and we have a tie game now in the bottom of the 6th. Nice job all around for Vineland there.
Now batting number 15, Lupinati.
Coming up now is Lou Pinati, and again, while we have a little talk on the mound, it is the bottom of the 6th inning. Vineland has just tied Millville 3-3. We have a man on third, Isaiah Pacheco, who just hit that 1-run triple. Coach coming out now for Millville. They might be making a pitching change. We're just going over some plays. Again, our crew for today is Doug Diola, crew chief. Our crew is Mark McGill, Kayla Spire, and Tyler Russell. Looks like we do have a lineup change, so it'll be just a couple minutes while our Pitcher throws a few warm-up tosses. The next game that VPS Broadcasting will be filming is on May 5th against St. Augustine Prep. That'll be at 7 o'clock here at home. They do play the Prep the night before, or the afternoon before, I should say, May 4th at 4 o'clock. And looks like we are back with our next batter stepping up to the plate. First ball is outside, 1-0. Again, we have one runner on third. 2 runs have scored this inning to tie the game 3-3. We have another hit. Let's see if it falls. That one looks like it's caught, but they are not able to get Pacheco out at home, so Vineland takes the lead 4-3. That's 3 runs Vineland scored at the bottom of the 6th inning. Anthony Lewis coming up to bat now. We have 2 outs, no one on base, but we have 3 runs scored this inning. And that one is right down the middle for a strike. Next pitch, swing and a miss. Count is 0-2. That one, contact's made, but looks like it went foul. Count is still 0-2. Next pitch also fouled off. Count stays the same. 2 outs. Bottom of the 6th inning, Vineland now leads 4-3. And swing and a miss, he's called out on strikes. We will go to the top of the 7th inning. Millville coming up to bat. All right, top of the 7th inning, Acosta comes out to pitch again. First pitch is a strike. A little outside, counts even now, 1-1, no outs. Vineland can manage to hold Millville off this inning. Be a great victory. That one was a strike, so our count's 1-2. Next pitch curved a little bit outside. Even count now, 2-2, no outs. Acosta's next pitch. Batter makes contact. Will fall into center field for a single. So Millville now has a runner on first base. No outs, top of the 7th inning.
Now batting number 22, Garrett Musey.
Costa throws over to first. Just making sure they're paying attention as our next batter comes up. His pitch, batter's bunting, but it goes foul. Shows bunt again, but that one was a little high, it looks like. Called a ball. Millville does have a runner on first in the top of the 7th. It's another bunt. Looks like that one will also go foul. Throws over to first again. Costa's next pitch is outside. I think the umpire said that our Millville batter swung, so that'll be another out. Millville still has a runner on first.
Now batting number 5, Chris Chard.
Umpire calls timeout. Top of the 7th. Millville has one man on base. That's a ball. One out. Vineland leads 4-3. Vineland's only a couple outs away from winning this game, as Acosta's next pitch is a ball. Millville batter makes contact on that pitch, but it will be caught for our second out. That's 2 outs now for Vineland. In this inning, we still have a man on base. One more out will do it.
Now batting number 8, Michael Airy.
Our next batter for Millville steps up to the plate. And Acosta's first pitch to him is fouled off. Counts 0-1. Next pitch, strike, and Millville's runner is thrown out at second base, and that's our third out. Vineland wins this game, beating Millville 4-3. Again, our crew for today: Doug Diola, crew chief. Crew members Kayla Spire, Mark McGill, and Tyler Russell. I am Gia Missouri, executive producer of VPS Broadcasting. Hope to see you next week. Have a great night.